So apparently they're like fucking doing a weird thing where they're parodying Nostalgia Critic, but not really, but kind of.
Every episode of this show should be tossed in a dumpster and set on fire. The Patrick Show is a crime against humanity.
Maybe this clip isn't specifically parodying Nostalgia Critic, but like apparently it's fucking X. Like what the hell? What's going on? And he loves cat girls or something? I don't know what's going on. This is like a new SpongeBob episode that came out like today or something, where they're doing like an internet review culture thing.
And everyone involved with it should be thrown in jail.
I didn't even know they were still making new SpongeBob episodes.
I'm just glad my audience isn't that pathetic. Right, fellas?
This seems like so weird. Like, who hurt you, whoever wrote this shit? Like, did you get criticized on the internet? Like, what's going on? Like, this seems so, like, spiteful and vindictive. This seems so, like, somebody hurt you. Like, this is crazy. What the fuck's going on here?
Involved with it should be thrown in jail. Patrick for starring in it, Squidina for producing it, and the Lonnies for watching it.
I love the voice acting.
I'm just glad my audience isn't that pathetic.
I love that this argument that they're trying to make. What, like, oh, people who criticize things on the internet have bad audiences compared to television shows. It's like, okay, that's so bizarre. That's so weird. I haven't seen a single episode of SpongeBob since fucking decades ago.
It really
You know what's like really funny? What I'm kind of realizing about this is like this very clearly sort of like, oh, whoever wrote this episode is like very clearly upset that they've received criticism by people on the internet that are like YouTube reviewers or something. They have some sort of fucking gripe with YouTube reviewers, right? But what I find funny about this is like the exact same caricatures that you can create of people who are critical of these types of media are also your fan base, right? Like the same sort of caricatures you could make of like, oh, someone critical of the show. It's also the super fan. Like, Nostalgia Critic is like a fucking, he's a type of person you would expect to just run into at Comic-Con, whether he's being critical of something or not, right? All of these like internet personalities of people that are like obsessed with media or like children's media or whatever, they're all just people obsessed with media. And like, it seems like the gripe here is that they didn't have a positive reaction to it. But in doing this sort of caricature of just being like, oh, look at your basement or whatever, it's like, you're also kind of making fun of like the fans of the show. like you're also just kind of making fun of adults who watch animation in general, who you might want as part of your audience, right? Like if you're resorting to these weird sort of like, oh, your basement caricatures of just somebody because they were critical of something, right? Isn't that kind of interesting? 'Cause like, right? Is that not accurate?
Okay.